Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video I'm really excited to do. I'm going to be talking about makeup I got bored of. Okay. This video is in collaboration with my friend Kelly Gooch. I'm really excited to be doing this video with her. She had this idea and I thought it was a really fun one. And at first I thought it might be a little bit challenging to come up with some products, but actually when I started going through my collection, they started popping out easier than I thought they were going to. If you haven't yet checked out Kelly's channel, please make sure that you do. I will have it linked down below. I will link her Instagram. She is one of my good friends here on YouTube. I think that she is so supportive. I've been able to meet her several times in person and she is just so kind. She's also extremely fashionable and she has great hair. That is how I would describe Kelly. But she has a great YouTube channel. She really focuses on using up her makeup. She has so many great Shop My Stash videos, Project Pan videos. She really focuses on having a smaller makeup collection where she can really rotate through all of her different products, really use makeup up, and that's really inspiring to me. It's something that I want to focus on more myself in 2020, is actually using up the makeup that I enjoy instead of constantly just having a ton of makeup laying around not getting used because my collection is too big. So again, I will have her channel linked down below. I'm really curious to see the makeup products that she got bored of and her reasons why, but if you want to see that for me, why don't we go ahead and get started. I guess I should also say, I always forget to do this when I do collab videos, but if you're coming from Kelly's channel, hi, hello, my name is Samantha. I am also a Midwest girl like Kelly. I live in Iowa, and as I sat down to film, my phone went off to let me know that we have a winter weather advisory because a bunch of snow is coming. So that's great. I do upload quite a bit of content. I usually do at least 5 videos a week. I really enjoy doing live chats as well. But to jump into it and to talk about the makeup that I got bored of, the first product is one of my newer ones, and I will say out of all of these products that I'm talking about, I like all of them. And they all are in my makeup collection. I haven't decluttered these guys. I like these products. But I did get a bit bored of them, and there's different reasons for each of them. So I'm going to tell you those reasons, because otherwise, why would I be making this video? The first one is a really nice product. It really is. But this is from Kaja, and this is one of their eyeshadow trios. This is one of my newer purchases. I picked this up from Sephora, and inside it's this stack, and then you get 3 different shadows, and in this one there's 2 matte and a shimmer. This is the Glowing Guava. Now, like I said, I like this product because I know I'm gonna get comments from people like, what? I love this! And I do too, and I bought it because so many people recommended it and recommended it to me, and I like this product. The reason I have gotten bored of it and why I don't reach for it as much is because there are only 3 shadows. Again, quality inside is really nice. Mattes are easy to blend. I like the shimmer. I recommend using a damp brush with it, but I think it's nice. But with 3 shades, it's like I only have so much to do, and especially because I do film multiple YouTube videos in a week, I try to change up my looks. I try to be able to, create Instagram tutorials. I do have one on my Instagram of this eye look right here using the new eyeshadow palettes from Fenty Beauty. So I try to be able to be showing new looks or just things like that, and when you only have 3, it was kind of easy for me to get bored of it for my YouTube life. I think for my real life and me as someone who I really enjoy quick and easy makeup looks, this one was not one of those for today. Let me tell you, it's like 5 o'clock when I'm filming this video because it took me so long to do my makeup today. But I really like quick and easy makeup looks. I like really easy on the go makeup, which is another reason why I wanted to buy this, because it's just this little stack. It's really easy to throw in a purse, in a makeup bag, and be on the go. But especially again, once again, for my YouTube life, I've just found myself kind of bored of this, and when I go to pick out my eyeshadows, I keep passing over this one because I'm like, I just did that same look. I just did that same look. Because it only has the 3 shades, especially kind of in this monochromatic family, it's a little bit hard for me to do different looks. But I still like the eyeshadow palette. I still think it's a good purchase for me and the makeup that I prefer to do. But if I'm honest, I've gotten a little bit bored of it, especially when I think about all of the looks that I'm doing for YouTube. Another product, I'm going to take it kind of old school for a second here. I kind of just forgot that I had this product. When we decided that this was the collab video that we were doing, I started to look through my makeup collection and I found this lip gloss and I was like, oh, I kind of forgot that I had that. And when I forget, again, I do have a larger makeup collection, which it's, you know, sometimes it's easy to like lose things or forget about things, but this was something that I was so sure that I was going to love and I was so excited about, and I bought it because I was excited for those reasons, that when I just completely forgot about it and it literally had dust on it, I was like, oh, that's not great. This is from Dose of Colors. This is the Over the Top lip gloss. This was in collaboration with Desi and Katie. This got so much hype that the first time it launched, when Desi and Katie did their collaboration with Dose of Colors, it sold out right away. People were begging for it to come back. So when they did their round 2 collaboration, they brought back this lip gloss. They came out with another one, but they also came out with Over the Top, and I was like, I have to get this. Like, I had FOMO over it. I was like, definitely gotta do it. And I don't really think it's that special of a gloss, and I kind of got bored of it after just a few times of using it. And it was one of those that like I would keep trying to convince myself to use it. I'm like, you need to use it, you need to, like, you were so excited, bought it yourself, like ran out and got it as soon as it came back because I was afraid that it was going to go out of stock again. And I don't know, I don't really see the hype on this one. I just think that it's fine, but I got bored of it. I have a setting spray here. This is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the Dewy Set. I bought this. I bought this. One, because I buy so much from Anastasia. It's, I don't know. I get sucked into Anastasia's releases so much. I don't know what it is, but I definitely purchased a lot from the brand. And when this came out, I was also buying something else. I believe it was the Riviera palette. I was also buying the Riviera, so I was like, you know what, I'll just go ahead and, you know, pick up the setting mist as well. I think I had like points, or there was some sort of deal happening at Ulta Beauty, so I was like, I'll grab it. I typically have always had really dry skin. When I did purchase this, I did have dry skin, so the dewy part of this setting spray really called to me because I'm always looking for something to make me look more dewy, more luminous. I've since moved into kind of like more combo oily skin, but especially at the time I did have very dry skin, so I thought that this would be great. This is a very dewy setting mist. I mean, the name says what it's going to do. I wasn't a huge fan of the sprayer. Like, it's kind of aggressive. It's a little bit of an aggressive spray, which isn't always fun for the face to just have something, which isn't something that I always enjoy. I tried to figure out a way to make that one PG. Didn't mind the smell of it, but it was, again, it was one of those that did make you very dewy, but you almost had to be a little bit cautious of it. And especially when my skin started to change a little bit, it was kind of harder to use this spray because it would just take it too much. I really could only use this when I was wearing a foundation that had more of a matte finish, and because I don't love foundations with a matte finish, I don't have a lot of them in my collection. I tend to prefer a natural finish or luminous satin, things like that. So it was really hard to be able to find a time that I felt like it was good to use this spray. I also really enjoy some of the other ones. I do really like the Morphe Setting Mist. I used that today. MAC Cosmetics still makes some of my favorite setting sprays, especially to really kind of like settle in the powders. Urban Decay makes some of my favorites as well for really making your makeup last for a long time. So this is one I just barely reach for these days. This next highlighter I also like. It's a newer highlighter and I bought it. And I like it. Can you tell when I get like nervous to talk about things? Because I'm like, people are gonna be so mad at me. I like this one. I think it's a good one. But for whatever reason, again, when Kelly and I decided we were gonna do this video, this is one of the first products that popped into my head. And that's from Benefit, and it's the Cookie Highlighter. Again, I like this highlighter. I would recommend it. I bought it myself. I think that it's a nice highlighter, but for some reason, I just don't reach for it as much as I feel like I should, especially with it being a new highlight. A lot of times when I get new highlighters, I'm like, ooh, a new shiny highlighter. Like, I want to use this every single day. For me, when I got this one, and I would kind of forget about it, and then I'd be like, oh, yeah, my Benefit cookie, I need to use that. Again, I like it. I think that it looks nice on the skin. It's a very blinding highlight. I think that it's beautiful. It has a bit of a pinkiness to it. I think one reason what kind of like could contribute to me being bored of it is because of this cardboard packaging. I have a little organizer for my highlighters and I stack all my highlighters in there, but I can't put this one in here because it takes the room of like 3 of my other highlighters. So what I have done is I set it to the side, but then as I'm going about my daily life and being a cluttery person like I am, it kind of keeps getting pushed to the back and pushed to the back, and other items get sat in front of it, like my nail polish and brand perfumes, things like that. And then all of a sudden, when I'm going through my highlighters, I'm not finding this one because of the packaging. So I think that really is a big factor to it. I don't know if maybe, I feel like I can pop this pan out and maybe I should try to do something else with it, because I don't know, this boxy packaging, I'm not a fan of that Benefit does this. Again, I really do like the cookie highlight. I think it's a good one. I still would recommend it. I still wear it myself. I've just found myself getting slightly bored of it, which is kind of surprising to me. Product here I have from CoverFX. This is one of their monochromatic blush duos. I have the shades, or the shade Warm Honey. You get 2 different products inside because, like I said, it's a duo. So you have a matte blush and then also a shimmer blush. I think the reason that I got bored of this one is because these are like overly pigmented blushes. You have to be so careful with these, and I really don't wear the shimmer side on its own because it's almost like, again, it's just so pigmented. You need such a light hand, otherwise you're gonna go overboard. I really only like it when I'm mixing it with the matte, or I can wear the matte shade by itself. It's a really beautiful shade. It's one of my favorite blush tones. But again, because it's so pigmented, there's those days where I'm like, I'm just not really in the mood to like A, screw up my makeup if I go too heavy, or B, just like have to spend time like trying to like slow-mo my brush into the blush so it doesn't get to be too much. Like, it's just like, I just don't have time for that. So I tend to just reach for the same blushes that I enjoy over and over again because I know that they're not going to fail me. And this one, you just gotta be a little careful with. Another highlighter, I honestly can't remember if I said I have 2 highlighters here and then I only talked about one and forgot about this one, but I do have another highlighter. This one is from Wet n Wild. This is the I'm So Lit highlight. This is one of their Mega Glow loose highlighting powders. This is a bomb highlight. It's a bomb highlight. I don't know how much it is, maybe like $4 or $5 or something like that, and it is insane. I can remember trying this out for the first time for a YouTube video and then taking the thumbnail and my face is like, because it, like, seriously, I mean, it was a blinding highlight, okay? Which I enjoy. The problem with this is that it's a loose highlight and it is extremely messy. I don't go for loose highlights often because of the mess that it makes. I think that it's more time consuming to use these products. And I just have some favorite highlights that I keep reaching for. I also don't think that it probably helped with my highlighters that I came out with a highlight collaboration in 2019, and that's my most used highlight at that moment. Even though it is limited edition and it's no longer available, I still, like, that's the one I wear so often when I'm going out, when I'm packing a travel makeup bag. I'm always taking my March Beauty Word highlighter that I did with Ofra Cosmetics because it's my favorite and I love it. So that also probably doesn't help with the Benefit cookie, and then again with this one with Wet n Wild. But I think the biggest reason is because it's the loose highlighter. It's so messy, and again, it's so beaming that it's easy to go a little bit overboard with. So just for those reasons, I just barely reach for this one, even though I think that's really beautiful. Primer that I do like, again, just got bored of, just don't reach for it very often. This is from Fenty Beauty. This is their Pro Filter Hydrating Primer. This came out when Fenty released their hydrating foundation, which I think is a really fantastic foundation. And again, this primer, it's a good primer. It's a little bit hydrating. It's a little bit blurring for the pores, which I appreciate, but I just don't reach for it often. When I was going through the different parts of my makeup collection, I found this one in with my primers and I was like, when was the last time I reached for my Fenty primer? And I just feel like there's so many primers that I enjoy, that I know work well with my skin, that I know work well with the foundations that I tend to enjoy and continually wear, that I just keep going for those. I've gotten more into like serums before my makeup as well. I really like a lot of the Farsali serums. Ilia Beauty has a really nice serum that I used today before I put on my Shiseido foundation. So I don't know, for that reason, I just find myself not really reaching for this one. And then a foundation that I tried out, this is from Urban Decay. This is the Stay Naked Weightless Liquid Foundation. I feel like one of the biggest cons with this foundation and why I got bored of it is because this released during like foundation get-in, when every single brand was coming out with a new foundation, and I was buying so many new foundations, trying so many new foundations. This one was sent to me from Urban Decay, but I was getting a few PR packages from brands and I was trying to try out those foundations. And out of all of them that I tried in this like shorter time period, this is the one it's more full coverage. It leans more on the matte side, which is not my personal preference when it comes to foundations. Again, I like natural, medium coverage, natural finish, or a dewy finish foundation. So because this one leaned on the side of, oh, the snow has started. There it comes. There it comes. So because this one leans on the more matte side, and when I was trying the other ones, there was so many good foundations that came out. Like I have the Shiseido one on right now. I have my Best of Beauty video. I can link it down below. And I just chose my top 5 foundations from that video because, again, I tried so many in 2019. I tried to narrow it down to my tippy top favorites. But because so many good ones came out all at one time, and there were so many that I enjoyed so much, this one from Urban Decay just kind of kept getting pushed and pushed and pushed to the wayside. I just have 2 eyeshadow palettes that I'm going to finish it off with. One is this one here from Colourpop. This is the California Love palette. This was a palette that I didn't have on my list when I was first starting to come up with ideas and watch back on videos and go through my collection, but it was when I was filming my ranking all of the palettes that I tried in 2019. If you guys haven't seen that video yet, I'll link it down below. I rank all 43 eyeshadow palettes that I tried last year from my least favorite to my top favorite. When I was talking about this one, and I didn't even realize I said it at the time, I caught it when I was editing the video. I said I kind of just got bored of this palette, and I was like, oh, I should probably put that in this video then. Now, I really like this palette. I like Colourpop. I like a lot from Colourpop, and I especially like their eyeshadow palettes. I purchased a lot of them for myself. I did get this particular one sent to me in PR, but I like a lot of them, and I continue to repurchase them. This one, I think the reason I got bored of is because this was a part of their summer collection, so came out in the summer, and that's when I was using it. And these are just not the colors that I always gravitate towards in the summer. I tend to like to do, I don't know, either like lighter or brighter, or something about like the orange and the brown tones and all of that. This just to me screams fall, and I actually did a video in 2019 talking about like makeup releases that confused me, and I mentioned this palette because I thought this would make a beautiful fall palette. So when it was like, this is our summer collection, I was kind of like, what? And it's called the California Love palette. I literally don't even know if I said that. I'm so distracted by the snow, but I feel like it does, like it can make sense to California, which, fun fact, is actually where I was born, and the shades inside and the names and all of that, I get it. But I just feel like this was more of a fall palette, so I wasn't reaching for these types of colors in the summertime when the palette released. So I found myself, I found myself getting bored of it. I found myself not wanting to reach for it very often because I wasn't inspired at that time with it. And then it was funny because when fall came around, I remember Colourpop having a post on Instagram that's like, fall is here, make sure you grab your California Love palette because it's so fall. And I was like, I don't get it. I thought this was your summer palette. And then the last eyeshadow palette that I want to talk about is this one here from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the Norvina palette. I really like the Anastasia eyeshadow palettes. Again, Anastasia is just a brand that I purchase a lot from. Maybe one day I will catch Anastasia's attention and I will get on that PR list, but I just also can't really do the PR searches and stuff that happen on like Twitter and Instagram. I don't know. I'm not really a fan of that, but maybe one day I will like naturally catch Anastasia or Norvina's attention and be able to get on the PR, because man, I do buy a lot from them. I really do like their eyeshadow palettes. I continue to repurchase them because I like the formulas so much. When I saw the Norvina, I thought this one was so beautiful. I liked the purple. I liked the tones inside. I thought that these were beautiful. And if you can see from my palette, like, it is loved. I have used this one. I've used it several times. I've done a lot of different looks with this one. I really like some of the pops of purple and pink we have in here. And then we still have some of the neutrals because I am a neutral fan, but you still get a little bit of color in here too. The reason that I say that I am bored with this palette is really when I look at my Anastasia palettes, I have like 2 very top favorites. My top favorite Anastasia definitely is my Sultry palette. I ranked that very high in all of my 2019 palette ranking video. And I also really like the Soft Glam. I go for those 2 a lot. So if I'm doing a look maybe with a lot of Anastasia, like her new foundation that she released in 2019, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go into an eyeshadow palette, I pretty much always skip over the Norvina because I'm going for the Sultry or the Soft Glam, and I just use those ones so often. I travel with the Sultry quite a bit, so for that reason, I just don't go into my Norvina as much, even though it's beautiful, even though I like the formula. I just find myself getting a little bit bored of it because I like some other palettes from Anastasia even more. So those are all of the products that I have to talk about for today's video. Those are all of the products that I am just a little bit bored of for one reason or the other. And again, like I said, I like a lot of these products that I've mentioned in here. I try to use them as much as I can. It's just for some reason or another, I ended up getting bored with them along the way. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Again, I'm really excited to check out Kelly's video and see what products she's going to mention. Again, I will have her link down below. If you're coming from Kelly's channel, thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. Check me out. I appreciate it so much. Leave me some comments down below. Let me know what are some products that you purchased maybe and you were like, ooh, just kind of got a little bored of them. I would love to know your reasonings why, of course. And as always, if you guys did enjoy this video, I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up. I hope that you also consider subscribing before you go, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.